Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Divinely K. I hope you all are doing well. So today is a beautiful day outside in the DMV. I'm going to say that real quick. First I want to say thank you so much for all blessing me with your presence. To my new subscribers, hey, how y'all doing? To my OGs, hey, thank y'all so much for hanging in with your girl. So, if you are new here, my name is Katora, your hostess with the Moses. Welcome to Divine K, where we speak about all things life. You know, I'm not putting in categories or anything because I don't like to be put in a box. Period. So therefore, all things life. Okay. So in today's topic, y'all know I got a story time. I'm wearing purple earrings for a reason. If you do not know, it is why do I have my hair sheds like a child. Sorry. Disregard. Y'all know I always come with the shenanigans with stuff. So today we're going to talk about something that's dear and very dear to me, and that is domestic violence. I said I was going to get a little transparent in my last video. I think I did. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyways, as y'all know, October is Domestic Violence Awareness, and like I said, it is something that is very dear to me. As though I was a victim of it. So I said, you know what? This is a perfect way to, for y'all to get to know me a little bit more. And also to bring awareness, because you never know that this video could be a video that it saves someone who may be going through it. Y'all know that, you know, the numbers are extremely high. I cannot quote statistics right now because I kind of lost count. You know, it's not just women. It is men, and it's men, women, and also kids. This is going to be a very traumatic video. I'm just giving that heads up, that disclaimer right now. There are some things that may be revealed that my family members who watch this video don't know, as well as my bestie who she watches the video and she may not even know. She knows certain things, but she don't know all of the, you know, in what I'm going to speak of, because there's some stories that she'd probably be like, oh no, we about to pull up on that fool. It's some stories. So I'm just here to spill the tea. If I pause, it's because I'm trying to think of things that I want to say and not come out the video is going to be triggering, point blank period. It's going to trigger. It's going to probably trigger some emotions from not only from myself but from you all, because y'all probably going to look at the videos like, oh my goodness, I can't believe, you know, because there's things that I hid. My husband knows. He might not know all. So if he watches this video, he's probably going to be like, you ain't never tell me that. And it's probably because at that time I didn't fear it was warranted for him to know. He already knew I was with somebody like that. But yeah, it is what it is, right? Alright, so it's going to be a long video. I'm just going here to tell you now So if you don't want to watch it, come back to my next video when we spill all teas of everything else. But this one is probably going to be a long video. That's just a heads up. I'll try to cut it down, but I'm here to say my piece. This is and I'm going to put this disclaimer out. Whatever I say is for me. Me. I'm not outing nobody. I'm not defaming anyone. I'm not going to put myself in a box neither. I'm going to speak my truth, however way it comes out. And if you don't like it, because I think that individual also watches my video, and I can give two craps. I wanted to say an explicit word, but I'm trying to make sure I don't. If it slips out, it slips out. My bad. All right. So, without further ado, let's get these stories together. So it started. It's been some years. I'm honestly going to say it's been some years. That's probably why I'm able to talk about it, because I'm pretty much over it. It's like it's in the past, so it's kind of like, all right, we can move on. And my future with my husband is very bright, honey. Okay, it's a shining star. Period. Enough of that shenanigans. Anyways, yeah. So it started like, let me see. I was in a relationship for, I want to say 8 years with my ex. It started out, we was high school, we wasn't high school sweethearts, but kind of were, because we were still in high school. I was with him when I started dating him. I was 16, and we used to live in this neighborhood together. And we had that connection. He saw me from a distance. I was walking with one of my homegirls. We was going to the store. And from what they told me, he told me that he was like, yeah, she gonna be mine. And I was the new girl on the block, so everybody, all the Negroes. And if you hear me say that, sorry, but look, use the hood. All the hood fools, they wanted to talk to me. I don't know why, because I was not nothing to look at, honey. Anyway, so we ended up talking. I don't know how we ended up talking. I think we met like at the mailbox or something like that. It doesn't matter, but we ended up talking, and I was infatuated with him. Could not tell me the moon, the stars, and my world revolved around this fool. Let's put some more lip gloss on. Got the MAC, the OG MAC, since I'm talking old school. And in the past, I might as well put some old school lip gloss on. I blame my cousin for this. Okay? I blame my cousin. Because she used to have it on all of the time. We used to rock it all the time back in the early days or whatever. But anyway, I blame my cousin for him. So cousin, if you're watching, it's your fault. Anyways, so yeah, we've been dating on and off in my high school time frame. And then we broke up, and I was devastated. But we ended up getting back together. I want to say when I graduated high school, because we were dating, but then we broke up, and then we got back together, and then we broke up. It was that on and off crap, right? It was right before, either it was before my senior year or after my senior year, we got back together. And then I was in college. I went to the community college here for some years. This is when I was studying law, that I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, until I saw the workload, and I was like, child, please, I ain't nobody doing all that. So I was supposed to also go into the military. I was thinking about going into the military. And then, did my mom get sick? No, she did not. I just didn't want to leave my mama. And I didn't want to leave him. Because at that time, we were on again. And I didn't want to leave him. So that's why I said it was because of boy I did not go into the military. And also he kept saying, okay, I'm not going to be able to see you and blah, 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 blah. It was so many red flags that I did not pick up on. So that went past. So I ended up going to college. That's when I went to college. And I started studying law. And then I ended up getting pregnant. Yeah. Got pregnant. I think it was supposed to be like my sophomore year in college or whatever. That didn't work out. I kind of was pressured into fill in the blank. Did not want it. Did not want that to happen whatsoever. I was so in love with that child. But he talked me into, and I still think about that to this day. Yeah, I'm gonna get off that subject real quick. So yeah, that happened, and then we was dating, and then he ended up moving. And he moved, and I would travel to and from where I lived at, and then to his house. So long story short, we ended up getting into this argument one day. I'm so happy that I did not get curls in my hair yesterday, because they would have been gone. But anyway, we ended up getting into this argument. We was on the Beltway. This was the first. Actually, this was the second. The first one was we were playing. Was we playing? It wasn't an argument. No, take that back. We were playing. And he pushed me, and I hit my back of my head on this. I remember I was at his parents' house, and I hit the back of my head on this. I think it was a picture frame. So he was like freaking out, because he was like, oh my goodness, Katora, this is the sweet side of him. And he was like, babe, don't go to sleep. We can't make you, So we stayed up and watched some movies, and I was fine. So that was the sweet side. This is where it goes down here from there. So, like I was saying, we was in my car, in my car, and I did not want to, no, we were in his car. I didn't want to go somewhere. I wanted to go back home. And he was about to play football. I'm not a sports person. I could care less about the sports whatsoever. If y'all hear any ringing, y'all know that is the somebody walking past my house. Yeah, I didn't want to go. I'm not a sports person, and it was it the summertime? I think it was the summer transition to fall or something like that. Anyway, I know I had a jacket on. It was one of those days, whatever. So we ended up getting in an argument. We were on the Beltway. And if you're from the DMV, you know what Beltway I'm talking about. So we was in traffic. And I said something, and it triggered him to the point where he was like punching my arm. He was punching and punching and punching and punching. And I was just taking the blows, just because I'm like, this is actually the first incident that actually happened. So he was like, all I wanted you to do is support me. Don't nobody support me and whatever and blah, 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 blah. So I guess he was having problems with his family or whatever, and he took his frustration out on me. And basically that almost crashed the car, because we were in a moving freaking car on the Beltway having this flat out daggone argument. So I ended up going to the game because I didn't want to hear nobody's mouth. So I went to the game. My arm was throbbing. So after the game, went home. Now, at this time, I was working at a shoe store. And we had like these little shirts or whatever. So I had to constantly keep like makeup on my arm, because at that time my arm was starting to turn like purple. I had to conceal it from my mother. So my mother was like, why are you wearing a long sleeve shirt? I'm sitting here in the dead heat wearing a long sleeve shirt. I was like, oh, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilly, I think my mother knew, but she would never tell me. Yeah. So you would think that would be my trigger, right? To leave. Nope. I was, like I said, bamboozled. I was, again, like I said, my world revolved around this fool. At one point in time, I was starting to think that was my karma. So we want to talk about karma. Karma existed in my life long before some other events that happened in my life, but that's no here, no there, nor do I care to talk to or discuss those events. So I was at work, and so from work I went home and talking to mommy and everything, and then mommy went out, and I said I probably won't be here because I'll probably go over so and so house. She said okay. At this time I'm like 21. 21, so yeah. So I went to his house, and he saw my arm, and he was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that to you, I promise I'll never do it again, yada, 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 yada. Right? Those are famous words, okay? Some months passed, things was normal, kikiing, living it up, whatever. Then another situation happened. Now this situation is where it's going to really trigger some people. Okay? It might get some phone calls. I might get some phone calls from my bestie, because she probably don't even know this. I'm sorry, boo, but I couldn't tell you that's I just couldn't tell you. I think she knows, but she don't know the severity of this one incident. So the second incident came. So we got into this argument. I don't even know what we was arguing about. It was something stupid. I don't know what it was. But anyway, I remember I got angry for something. And he had these clippers, the little clippers that they use the men use for their face or whatever. I got mad and I threw it. I was like, you mother blah, 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 blah. And threw it, and it bounced back off the floor and hit this mirror. He had like this long mirror, wall mirror, and it cracked. That time he was renting a room from a friend or something like that. And it cracked. So that set him off. That set him off. And I was trying to walk away. And he threw me down and just started punching me in my ribs, just punching me. And I'm sitting there I'm fighting back. I didn't punch the man in the man. He's a man now, but punched him in his face. I was just throwing. That's why I say, don't want to fight me because I didn't fought a man before. That's just, I hate saying that, but because I was fighting. We was literally in there just fighting. And then he hit me and he spat on me. He spat in my hair. So I got up, got my stuff, and I walked out. He tried to push me back down because he didn't want me to leave. I couldn't look at him at that time. I think, I'm like, did this mother, it still didn't register. But I'm still sitting there and I'm crying, I'm upset, and I'm like, man, I cannot look at him. And so I try to get up and leave again. And this time he pushed me back down again. So I'm like, y'all didn't get out this mother blah blah house and you blah 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 blah. He was like, Couture, I'm sorry. I'm like, F you, blah 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 blah. You know. He's like, Couture, I'm sorry. I calmed down. I stopped crying. Because when I get angry and start crying, it's like a whole new rage come over me. Hence why I said I want to try to give myself grace. That went out the window, but that's another story for another day. Yeah, so anyway, I ended up leaving. Basically, I was able to make a run for the door. So I ran through the door, and there was these steps. So I went flying down the steps. This is before the cane, before MS, and before any of this. Okay? This was like when I'm in my 20s. I ran down the steps. And his roommate, which was his best friend, he was like in the basement. So he probably I know he heard us because him and his girl was downstairs. And I'm running. And I grabbed the door and boom, kicked me into the door. I still have the scar on my daggone elbow and knee from that person. And I just looked back at him, gave him this look, and he just was like, what am I doing? Like, you know what I'm trying to be very discreet when I'm, so that's why I'm not trying to curse, but there's words, you fill in the blank. So he gave me this look of disgust of like, no, I'm sorry, let's take that back. I gave him this look of disgust. I mean, you just spat on me, you just spit in my hair. And you kicked me into the door. What more are you going to do? So we sat at this table. I remember sitting at this table and I'm crying. And we started talking. I don't even remember what we was talking about, but it ended up being, let's go out. Let's go get some wings. So we ended up going to Dave & Buster's. Do you think that I left then? I didn't. Months more passed. We were fine. Then one day he called me. He's like, so I don't want to be with you. I was at work. And he called, no, I called him and said, hey babe, what you doing? Come to find out, he met someone and cheated on me. And come to find out, it was multiple girls he was cheating on me. This bastard was cheating on me with a few girls that I didn't know about. But I'm stupid. You know that song, Crazy in Love? Well, I was crazy in love. I was obsessed and thought I was love. It's my first love. You know? First in everything. First, I was hypnotized. Did you think I left? Yeah, I left then because he called me. No, I called him at work and we ended up breaking up over the phone. Talk about punk, right? You can't even tell me you can't even tell me, you know, these have the dignity. But he was too afraid. It's not the first time. No, that was the first. Yeah. So he left me for this girl. Do you think that worked? No. Because what happened, I'm thinking, mind you, this actually before that, it was an incident before this. So he had this cell phone. He left his phone in the house because I went, don't judge me, I went back. And he left his phone and he called me and he said, hey, if this person calls, tell them I'll call it. You know, it's my cousin or something he made up. Her name was Kim. So therefore, I'm going to drop the names now because it's a non-factor at this point. So he left me for this girl name. And so come find out he was dating this girl, but she didn't know that he was still screwing with me. I'm thinking that we had made up. Come find out I didn't. He was with her. So it was a whole cluster of BS that went in it. But I was too stupid and naive to believe anything at that point. So then we stayed apart. I had my own little apartment in the hood. And so one day he came over to my house. I guess they had I don't know how. I can't remember how that worked. Actually, I do remember. It was a Christmas Eve. And I had this apartment and he wanted to see this apartment. And at that time I was staying with my aunt. Because some stuff happened in that neighborhood and I was like, I ain't going back. It was a rough neighborhood. However, the hood men that used to live in that neighborhood, they used to make sure I swear, everything was okay with me. They ain't let nothing happen. So when they saw him, they were like, that's you? I was like, yeah, that's me. He was like, all right, cool. Had they would have known. So we went, had drinks, whatever. And then, so the next morning, which was Christmas morning, I went back to my aunt's house. So I was like, yeah, you want to come in? You know, again, thinking that we got back together. Come to find out, he was still with this girl, Kim. He was like, no, because I kind of want to get up in the morning to make sure she sees her gifts. What the, you say? I got out the car before arguing happened. And Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember what happened after that. I was pissed. I told my cousin, this is the cousin, my same cousin I was there, and she was just like, oh, what? We need a blah, 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 blah. Mind you, my cousin and him were like this. They were thick as thieves friends. I swear. It was like he was the older brother and my cousin was little sister. Now, she's like, he can go to hell. Because she knows, now she knows some of this stuff. However, she may not know all the stuff that I just told y'all. So when she's watching this video, she's probably going, like I said, I'm probably going to get a phone call and like, what did you do? I'm probably going to get a phone call. I'm preparing, mentally preparing and looking at my phone. Well, I haven't posted this video yet, but I'm mentally preparing because I know I am. I know I am. It's just the inevitable. I am. But again, this is my truth. This is my me being free. And I can't cry over it no more because it's in the past, and the past is the past. It's like, I'm over the past, honey. I'm 43, let's go. Anyways, so I left that neighborhood and started living with my aunt. Actually, no, let me go back. So after he saw where I was living at, he was like, I don't like you living in this apartment. You know, at this time, I got a notification that they about to condemn these apartments. So I had like, I think they were trying to condemn me like within 6 months. I don't know the time frame, but anyway. I was talking to him and I told him, and he was like, all right, give me, such and such date and I'm going to come and get you. We're going to come live with me. Again, thinking that everything, we're back on one accord again, right? All the fights and all that stuff, we haven't been together, so it's like we don't fight for what? Come to find out, this bastard sat up there and had Kim living with him. You heard what I said. Kim living with him. So, come to find out, his lease was, about to expire at the place that he was at. He got this apartment. And she helped him get the apartment. She sat up there and used her money to get all the utilities on and the cable on and all of the things. 3 months later, he told the girl to go leave. I did not know none of this. Swear to you, my hand is on, if I can put my hand on the Bible, promise you, I did not know. In fact, I put my hand on my phone because I had the Bible on the phones. All of them. Okay? This bastard was damn. It's not funny, but it's funny like, oh, you thought you was a player. Anyways, so come to find out, because I had a time frame that I had to move out my apartment. Come to find out, he moves her stuff. I went somewhere and he told me to come to his house. And he moved her somewhere. I think back to her grandparents. I don't know. Anyway, it's beside the point. And so I was sitting here like, Sort of put two to two together, but it still did not resonate. Because I'm like, Lady Saw, like, I got your man and what you gonna do? You know, he don't want you. And I was so stupid. I swear I was so freaking stupid. I guess do stupid things, win stupid prizes, right? Anyways, back to the story. So I ended up moving back. I moved with him. Things was fine. Till I got there was a letter. I got the mail, and she must have wrote a 3-page letter. No, it was a 4-page letter, just like Aaliyah. A 4-page letter. Instead, must have been a 4-page letter of a whole whatever, because I did not get to see it, and I'm glad I didn't, because I would have left. I would have left then. But he would convince me like that was something that he didn't want. I was his true love and yada yada. I'm trying to fix my hair because it's like sticking up, and there we go. I was his true love, and we're gonna get married and all this other stuff, and I believed the crap because I was in love with him. So one day I seen something I was cleaning up the apartment. And one day I seen something and it said her name, Kim, and his name and their last name. So this girl literally, so he basically made her feel like they were like going to get married. So I questioned him about, I'm like, why would you do this? He was like, because I didn't want to be with her. I don't see my future with her. I see my future with you, and yada, 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 yada. So again, I fell for it. Okay? I fell for the BS. So everything was fine. There was some other things going on, but it wasn't like violent at that time. Then a fight broke out. I cannot remember what we was fighting about, but I threatened to leave. And I had this big brown suitcase, and I was going to pack my stuff in this suitcase. I was packing my stuff. And I went to go grab something, and he wrestled me down to the ground, and there was a plastic bag on the floor. And he was trying to put the bag over my head, but I was able to get away. I said, oh my goodness, it was like a bad fight. And I had to go to work the next day. Yeah. It was a bad fight. Again, you would think that would make me leave, right? Nope. Again, stupid. So, I went to work. Felt like everything was good. Kosher. Knowing I was faking, I had to fake it till I made it. So, he started going out with his friends. He met these new crew of friends at this store. So they started going out and left me in the house. So I met one of my friends through his, I don't know if they're friends or not now, but one of his friends. And she and I were, became really close. So, one night before me and her started going out, one night me and him, my ex, and his friend, one of his really good, close best friends, he came into town. And they wanted to drink, smoke, whatever. And I wasn't for that. That's not my ministry. That's not, I don't like it. I have asthma, and last thing I wanted to do was be around smoke or whatever. Now, as far as drinking, back then, yeah, I would have, few drinks, but nothing to the point where it was like enabling me to do certain things, I don't know why my screen just went like that. But anyway, yeah, we ended up, we went somewhere, and we ended up having an argument, or it wasn't an argument, yeah. And he said something to the point where he was like, you know what? So I hate you. I would, if I didn't have these people, he said, you make me sometimes want to drive this damn car off the bridge. And I said, you know what? Do it. Because if you're that bold and want to kill me, I will haunt you for the rest of your life. And his friends were in the back seat. And they were actually, the wife of the friend started laughing. And the wife of the friend, not realizing that he was actually like serious, talking some crazy ish to me, she was like, that's not funny. Like, that's not funny. Why would you, he had all of his friends thinking I was the evil one, that I caused this karma. Let me stop. I caused this issues. I'm the evil one. I'm the, but little do they know it was actually him that caused this shenanigans that went on. So I went back in the room after we got home. Excuse me. I went back in the room. They were drinking, partying, whatever. And I went to sleep. The next day, I think, I don't know, something happened. I can't even remember. But some months went by. And found out my grandmother was sick. I miss her so much. Sorry. This is the grandmother that I'm named after. I'm named after my grandmother. But anyways, things were okay because he knew what I was going through. So he, everything was fine for some months. And this is where the other friend came in. Actually, no, this was before my grandmother was sick. So before the other friend that came in, they were always, yeah, this was before. They were always partying, whatever the case may be. I'm trying to remember the sequence. And so they started going out. And I was like, you know what, I'm tired of being in the house. So me and the friend's girlfriend, not the one that was laughing, not that friend, but some other friends, the ones that he used to work with, that friend, me and his girl, had the same situation going on. She was in a domestic violence relationship as well. However, I can't remember how that ended up, but she's doing real well now. But anyway, so we started clubbing. When I say we was clubbing hard, honey. I'm basically like Friday, go to work, come home, switch my clothes, me and her out the door. I'm driving. She's designated driver. She allowed me to get, plastered if I wanted to. Because I would have a few drinks. She didn't. Whatever. I mean, we were clubbing hard. This is my pre-Jesus days. When I stayed in the streets, the club streets, basically. So yeah, we was good. So one day, I think this is after my grandmother passed. One day, me and my ex, we got into this serious fight. I don't know what it was about. It's the most serious fight wasn't that it was serious. It was a serious fight. And this is where Ish went left. You would think that the other stuff would have gone left. No, baby, this was the last straw. Because this one thing you can do is you can throw blows or whatever to my body. Don't F with my face. That was my thing at that time. Now it's like, you touch me, you go to jail because I'm pressed charges. Pull up if you want to. We arguing, and he ended up hitting me, and I fell to the ground, and he slapped me across my face. And I just sat there. And he left. Or he went to go do something, and I took my keys in my car and I just left. I just left. And I called my friend, which was his friend's girlfriend at the time. Well, ex-girlfriend then. She said, "What's wrong?" She said, "Told her, come to the house. Come to my job." So I drove all the way to her job. Her job was like 30, 40 minutes away from where I was at. I drove, and she was like, "What's wrong?" She looked at me, and she was like, "Nope, we're not doing this." So she went to go tell her boss, I guess, what was going on. And so I was like, "Are you off for work?" She was like, "Yeah, we're going to go out." So I was like, "All right, cool." So we went out. She said, "Leave your car at my house." So we drove my car back to her house, which was also closer to my house as well at that time. And we just left. So we ended up going to, remember we were doing all the clubbing and stuff? Well, we met this guy. He was from, I want to say Jamaica. Yeah, he was from Jamaica. He was a cool cat. Cool cat. We went past his house because we had to go get something. And he was like, "Hey, what's going on, boo?" He was like, "You're not yourself. What's going on?" I was like, "Nothing. I'm sitting in the car with shades on. Dark shades on." And so she must have told him, like, don't. So she also told him, like, her man just got into a fight. So what she told me from that point, she said, she gave him, I think it was like some clothes or something. It was something important that he needed. And so we left. And we got to the corner where we were at. And she said, he asked me, do we want him to take care of it? And I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "No." I said, "Thank you for your offer, but I don't go that far. And that I won't go that far ever." Because I said, It's okay. However, thank you for your offer. So she said he gave us money to go get some drinks. So we went to the club and we ended up getting some drinks. And I think that was the night where somebody spiked her drink and gave us a date rate drink. Here's a quick tip, ladies and gentlemen. If somebody want to buy you a drink, you go to the bar with them. This is, again, we were stupid and naive, okay, back then. Go to the bar and watch them make the drink. And do not get anything that's fizzy. So, I remember she ended up getting like a diet soda. And I got a ginger ale. I was feeling fine. But she was like, so I don't feel good. She said she just started feeling kind of woozy. So she's like, I need you to drive home. I was like, okay. So the bouncer knew us. We were friends with the bouncer. That's how much we clubbed. We knew the bouncer and the club owner of this one club. And they was like, who gave you your drinks? And so we told them, and they were like, what did he look like? And we told them, and they were like, okay, he must have left. Because once we called the bouncer, who was a cop, and also because we all was friends, you know, and homeboy left. But this is a tip. Don't ever allow another person to buy you a drink without you standing right there while the bartender makes your drink. Because we don't know what happened in that, but we just know that she wasn't feeling well. So we stayed at the club for about, for a little bit, and then I drove her car back to her house. And that's when she was like, I don't want you going back. And I'm like, no, I gotta go back. Because I need to do something. She said, okay. She said, call me when you get home, and you call me if anything else happens. And I'm going to call so-and-so, and we're going to come up. I'm like, nope, I will not. Because I know who she was talking about. I got home, and I told him he was on the computer. And we started talking. And that's when I told him, I said, you put your hands on me, it will be the last time you ever see me again. Because one of us is going to jail. And it damn sure ain't going to be me. I said, so you put your hands on me again. And I said, you see my eye? My eye's black. Again. You put your hands on me again, it will be the last time. And that's a promise. That's not a threat, it's a promise. Needless to say, he never did. That was on Christmas, something like that. That next New Year's Eve day, I moved out and began staying with my cousin. Now, mind you, this is where my husband comes in. So this same year, I was the one. This is how I found my husband. This is the same year that my grandmother passed. So when I met my husband, we met online in this chat room. And I don't know, it was something about him. There was something about and he had this picture, and I was like, something about him. So we started chatting, but it wasn't nothing like that. It was just like me just chatting. And I said, what's your number? But either he said my number, one or two. Why don't you call me or something? So we ended up talking on the phone. We was talking on the phone for a couple of days. And we said we was going to sit up there and meet. Yep. And a friend, the one that helped me that day, she said, why don't you come over to my house? Tell him to come over to my house. So I did, and he drove to her house, and that was the first time I met my husband. It was right after Christmas. It was like on the 27th or something. I think it was. It was right after Christmas. And we started talking. We was talking all night long. All night. And I told him what was going on with me and everything. I told y'all this was going to, I'm at 55 minutes. I told y'all this was going to be a long video. So beware. Because this is the last little bit anyway. But I started talking. And I don't know, it was something about him. I told my friend, I said, girl, I think I met the one. And she said, what? I said, I think I met the one. I said, he is so intriguing. He's so warm and I felt safe in his arms. And she said, so what you gonna do about homeboy? I said, I'm done. And that very day that I went back home from being with my now husband, the next day, because I stayed at my friend's house that night. And that next day, I told him, I said, I'm done. I don't want to be with you ever again. And I went home. It took a couple of days for it to sink in, because I was still trying to figure out where I'm going to go. And then I called my cousin. I said, I'm about to come over there. And I asked my aunt. My aunt said, yeah, you come and live over here. Come on over. Blah, 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 blah. And like, it was, I think it was either New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, or right after New Year. One of the two. I packed my stuff up and I was gone. When I say I was gone, I was gone. So I had to go back because I only got the stuff that I can put in my car at that time. I had to go back and get the rest of my stuff because I ended up getting my own apartment some months later. And I left that house like there was nothing left except for his chair and his TV that he bought. I even left the computer. I even took the computer. When I said I took everything because I bought everything in there. So I took everything, even the towels. Homeboy ain't had nothing to wash his ass with. Except for the towels that he had in there. I did leave him one set. And 3 pots. The rest of the stuff I took. And then trashed it. I was a ruthless ass person. Sorry. The words coming out. And then I taped the key on the door and said, deuces. And I never looked back. I was with, at that time, I didn't know it was the man I would be married to. But I found, I instantly knew that my husband was the one that night. I was like, I think I met the one. I never wanted to be apart from him. Me and my husband, we had our, ups and downs and heading out when we were dating, but nothing like what we did with my ex. And I never wanted to be apart from him. And that's how we ended up married. I've been married 13 years coming up in a couple of weeks. 13 years. And I've never looked back. So I can basically conclude this video and say, if you're in a situation like I described, there is multiple ways you can get out. There's more ways. I found out there's more ways now than I knew then. You can get out. And don't ever let nobody tell you cannot bounce back. Because baby, that bounce back, honey, let me tell you something. That bounce back is fierce. So don't ever let nobody tell you can't bounce back from anything. Because you can. Don't ever let nobody stop you from your dreams. Because that was one thing I did. But however, if I would have followed through with the things that I had planned, God had other things to intervene, and I met my forever, which is my husband. I don't have my ring on, downstairs somewhere. But anyway, so with this said, I hope this brought some closure. I know it brought me some closure because, baby, I ain't looking back at my past. It's been 20 plus years, and ain't nobody got time for going back to the past. Okay? Period. I'm looking towards my future. And my future is with my husband. Excuse me. As much as this and that, he gets on my nerves, I get on his nerves, but that's what marriage is about. We still together and we rocking it out. Real quick, just thought about this. So my ex, come to find out, this sucker sat up there and moved. When I left, come to find out, he went back to Kim, and this fool had ended up having a baby with Kim. And what he said he didn't want with me as a baby mama, Kim is now the baby mama. Like I said, some things happen. We don't know how God is going to intervene. But whatever. But isn't that crazy? Yeah. And he still tells his friend, well, actually his friend rubbing in his face like, Dad, you messed up with Couture bad. Because Couture, that's a bad chick. She's one bad chick, man. You done screwed up big time. All his friends sit up there and rub it in his face, and I just love it. The only person I can say, it's probably going to get me in trouble, but I really don't give a French. Only person there's two people in my life that I ever wished their downfall, and that was one, my molester. Hear me correctly when I say two people I ever wished their downfall was my molester. That's a story too. And my ex-boyfriend. Both of those people can go. I was wishing all kind of bad on them. But then I realized, it's no point in me wishing bad on anybody. It's no point in me number one, I don't got that much power, baby. I'm not, God is going to take care of their issues. That's something that they have to, in their life, explain all of that stuff. As far as with me, God bless you. I don't have that time, nor energy. However, that was my piece. That was my story. And I hope it finds you well to know a little bit more and what I went through in life. And why I smile, why I seem like I'm so much strong. And yes, I'm very strong. I'm a strong itch. I am. Because I've survived that. It might not seem a lot. Because do y'all know this fool sitting up here still talking about something? I never did. Boy, you put your hands on me. Shut up. it was a whole issue. Yeah, that's my revenge. Is doing the best thing ever, and that's living my life. So I wish him well. I wish you all well. I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed week. I hope, again, like I said, if you are in this situation such as the one that I have described, and was able to tell my truth, you have ways to get out. Please, 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 you don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer. You do not. I suffered in silence for years. And after years of, I went through a lot of struggles to get to where I'm at today. I mean, I did. It took a lot of prayer. It took a lot that God had to bring me through. And I'm telling you, God can bring you through the toughest times in anybody's life. That's why I said, I knew God is real, because I'm a true testimony of his favor. So with that said, I hope you all have a blessed week. I'm not sure when I'll be back on, because I'll probably drop another video like next week. Listen, my November, honey, is booked. I'm looking at my little calendar, and I'm booked to capacity on certain things. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Y'all see me back again. All right, y'all. I wish y'all all the best, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all dearly. Bye.